What up? What up, Erica? What up?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. What up, girl?
So Erica, what's good?
Hold up. Is she
Now
froze? She's
see it ain't
frozen.
me. Now
Oh
she
my
froze.
God.
It ain't me.
Okay. I mean, this is what is this? Is it IG tonight or what?
It's gotta be. Or she
Okay.
I don't damn E, where you at? She might have to log off and come back on.
Okay. For everybody who don't know, Shawn Prez, Rich Dollars, every Wednesday night, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. It is raw, unfiltered, straight to the point, relationship talk, but from a man's point of view. So if you are in a relationship, if you are trying to get a man and you just don't understand why men move the way they move, why they think the way they think, why they act the way they act, this is probably, I mean, I don't know of another show that has this much honest and straight to the point conversation like we do, Rich. So I see
Nah,
a
for
lot of
real.
new people who jumped on. For all y'all, like make sure y'all follow us and be here every Wednesday night, 7:30.
Facts. So we're gonna I don't know if Erica was busy. I don't know if I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to her. But if
Okay,
she
so
comes back
let's just get on with the show. Let's just get on
yeah,
with the
let's do it.
show.
Let's do it.
Do you mind if I play that? I want to play. I want to play a piece of that clip back. All right,
All right, go ahead.
because there's so much here to unpack. Let me know that this is loud enough for everybody to hear. Hold on a second.
So
Damn.
I'm not one of these dudes to be like, bro, I'm gutter, I'm this, I'm that. Man, I had perfect, a perfect example of what a man was in my life by my father. My parents have been together for 36, 37 years now, and it's a beautiful thing. I grew up in a three-parent household, my mom, my father, and my grandmother. And I knew what a woman was, not a bad bitch.
Okay, what's the difference?
A woman.
Okay.
A bad bitch is a person who's just, you know, girl, I'm a bad bitch. You know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I look the part, but I don't act the part.
Okay.
You know, and it's a lot of women who are bad bitches, and I say bitches in a way not to degrade a woman, but just to go off the aesthetic of what they deem is a boss chick. Now, a woman for me is handling your own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs, right? And I think a lot of times when you get that aesthetic of like I'm a boss bitch, like I'm a this, I'm a that, no, baby, like, but you can't cook.
Okay.
You don't know when to be quiet. You don't know how to allow a man to lead.
Now, a lot of women,
Okay, we're gonna leave it there,
be
Rich.
quiet for the man.
All
Did you
right.
catch that?
You know, that's what they say.
Huh?
I'm gonna be.
Was you able to catch that? Was everybody able to catch that conversation?
Yes. Now, Erica,
Okay.
everybody's saying add Erica back. So let's
I-
ask Erica
Is
how she
she?
feel about Cam Newton conversation.
Is she? Let her back in the room.
All right, I heard the clip. Heard the clip.
You heard it? Damn, she in a bad place.
You in a bad place, easy.
And can I speak from a personal place? You guys hear me?
Yeah.
You
Go
can
ahead.
barely hear.
You keep going out. You keep going out. Your connection is bad, E. Your connection is bad.
Better?
All
Better?
right, try now.
Better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So let's talk on a personal tip, especially because people are familiar with us, right? When I wasn't submissive with you, right or wrong, Rich Dollars. I wasn't
You were not.
necessarily submissive because I didn't follow your, you know, your guidelines, right? Where did that
Okay.
get me? I'm asking
What do you
you
mean?
because you're the man that I was not so submissive with. Where did that get me?
It got me feeling like it was not. I'm not gonna say it got me feeling like it was competition, but it got me feeling like you wanted to do your own thing, and you wasn't necessarily trusting of me or letting me lead as a man. You wanted to lead as yourself, and you wanted to move on you how you wanted to move.
Right. So as a man, what did you give me so that I could be submissive? What space, what comfort place did you give me as to be submissive? You didn't give me any place. It was just like, it is what it is. You ain't signing my shit. It is what it is, right? Right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when I finally became submissive, that's when I decided to get married. And the one time I became super submissive, it worked against me because obviously it wasn't the right person. So when it comes to like being the bad bitch, oh yeah, this, that, and the third, I got that. Honestly, as a woman, that's just us just speaking the truth of our value, of where we are in our life, or where we see ourselves in a stance. You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily, oh, I'm a bad bitch because, you know what I'm saying, I want to look down to all the fellas. It's more or less, all I have is me. And this right here, I know is certain. This right here, I know is going to like be for certain. Sometimes I think what it is that men forget that women need a safe place. No matter how hard she is a bad bitch, a man needs to give that space and provide that space where a woman could be vulnerable and submissive. This day and age, a lot of men aren't catering to making a woman feel comfortable enough to be submissive. So therefore, it's very hard. And that's why we have that block. Like even for you, when I was with you, it was like, I'm Richie D. You're this, you're that. I created this, I created that. So all in all, I'm like, oh, so he has this. I need my own this. You never provided me with a safe place. That's the one thing in our relationship, even though I'm going to give you all the credit, and I have. You believed in me before anybody else did. But you never gave me that vulnerability space where I could go to you and be like, this is my problem. This is how I feel today. This is what I'm going through. This is my trial and tribulations. Oh, guess what? My child's intuition. Like, how do I pull this shit out of a hat? Like, sometimes us as women, I wouldn't even say sometimes, all the time as women, we handle so much on a daily basis that is so hard to be vulnerable when we have so much to be responsible for. You know what I'm saying? There's no room to be submissive when a man don't give you that space. You need a space to be comfortable, to be vulnerable, to feel safe. Safe is the key word. You could be the baddest bitch. You could have the most money in the world. If you do not feel safe, there is no submission. And that's what it comes down to. Like, it don't matter who you are. If you see Carisha right now, you see how she be posted up next to Diddy? Like, they're like, Carisha's there next to Diddy. Like, and that's a city girl. You know why? Mr. Love gave her a safe place to stand and be there and be comfortable and feel safe. That's all we need, is to feel safe. And honestly, because in this day and age, how we're raised to go for it, not care, be Luther. You know what I'm saying? Only mess with dudes that got money and this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, all we want to do is feel safe. And a lot of men don't realize that's what it takes. We just need a safe place. Because us women, we have children, we have family, we have our own problems. We have menstrual, we have this, we have that. Once we're provided a safe place, submission is not a problem. Being a bad bitch and setting that to a side is not a problem. So when can men step up to the plate and provide women with a safe place?
Okay. So you ready for my rebuttal?
Oh, I'm not, because you got some smart shit to say, but I always like your perspective.
Men want to have someone and want to give a soft landing place. I don't think that men don't want to give a soft landing place.
You're a liar, Rick. As soon as people come over to your house, you're ready to kick them out. Ain't no woman feeling comfortable in your safe place, Rick.
Okay, hold on, Erica. He let you speak. So let him get his thought out.
Because I know Mr. Dollaz myself. So I just want him to take accountability for his own shit. Because let me tell you, from a real friend perspective, even though me and Rich had our own thing, I really, truly believe Rich should be married and in love and with a wife. But because he has this problem of taking accountability, I feel like that's why he isn't married yet. Or has
accountability for what?
For like little things. Like you don't take accountability for how much you do wrong, or what you're like, or like how you don't take the initiative to make the other person feel comfortable in your space. That's also another thing. A man will bring a woman into his world and think she's supposed to automatically be comfortable. You have to cater to that. You have to make a woman feel like she belongs there. You understand what I'm saying? That helps. I feel like a lot of men complain about shit that they contribute to how they feel. Like, you can't expect a woman to come to your house and right away, as soon as you don't fucking her, you're ready to kick her out. How fucking comfortable can a bitch really get?
Are you implying that's what I do?
I mean, not with me, because you always kept me around every time the chance you get. But the stories I've heard about Richie D. Come on, Rich. You have to take accountability too. And I know you've grown a lot, and that's why I'm having this topic of conversation with you. And it's so perfect, because that was one of our things, is that you forced this, let's go back in time, this contract, right? And yet we have like some type of relationship brewing. I was feeding you my dreams and my aspirations. Like, I'm going to be the next J-Lo and this and that and this and the third. And instead of like fueling my fire, you tend to dim the fire by giving me like things in my mind like that I didn't need. You know what I'm saying? And men don't realize they do that too. Like when a woman finally opens up to you and tells you what she's feeling, what she's going through, what she wants to be, why would you dim that? You're supposed to big up a woman, especially when she's into you, right? Doctor?
You ready?
No,
I'm gonna say this.
Not you, Rick. I'm ready for the doctor.
Oh, more present talk. All right, go ahead,
Nah. Hold on. This seems Rich. You gotta attack this, because you're speaking from your personal relationship with Rich, and I'm sitting here smiling because week over week, Rich gives some of the best in-depth advice from a man's point of view. And speaking to you, I don't know if he's living it. So, Rich, you might want to attack this.
Thank you.
I've always said in all my conversations that we've always had, I've always acknowledged that I'm trying to figure out how to be that relationship guy, right? Like, and I've learned.
But realistically, have you come to terms with, are you a relationship guy or aren't you? Because it's okay if you're not a relationship guy. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it is something. As you get older, you want to be a relationship guy. So you make modifications. If we were 10 years ago, and I've said this to you 100 times, come on, Easy, you know I've said this. This is 22, we dated in 12, 14, if this was 8 years ago when we were dating, I would have done a lot of stuff differently. I would have done a lot of stuff differently.
What would you have done differently?
First and foremost, you would have had your record. Secondly, I would have provided that soft landing space for you, because we talk about that all the time. And at that time, and Shawn, we were there. Like, Shawn you were bad boy with me. Like, Shawn's the one who taught me that shit. Like, so we were like, it was a situation where I wasn't prepared for the business and the personal to come together like that. Because I had my bad boy mind. I had my Diddy thing going on. I had my Shawn Prez thing going on. I was like, yo, I'm trying to give you this thing. I'm trying to take you where you want to be. I'm trying to give you the record. I'm trying to do this and that. You don't even want to do my paperwork. So, and Shawn, if I came to the office and was like, yo, my girl just cut this record. I'm trying to do this shit. I'm trying to, she wants to do this badly. I want her to do this badly, but she ain't even trying to sign my contract. You would have been like, take the record. Yes or no?
Not necessarily, though, because you gotta.
Shawn, what would you have said?
Oh, but this is, Shawn, this is where I understand where he's coming from, but at the same time, this is the same man that I said, listen, this is what I'm going for. Whatever I gotta put up, I'll put up. Whatever you gotta put up, you put up. I feel like what happened is that people got in Rich's ear and assumed that I was trying to use and abuse, as opposed to this girl really had some real intentions. And that's why, you know what I'm saying? She's being very cautious. Because when it comes to signing contracts, you gotta understand, signing contracts and all that bullshit, it gets scary for a woman that don't know what the fuck a contract is. You gotta remember how young I was at the time too. I ain't have the good lawyers I have now. So when I'm being pressured, I feel like, what's his ulterior motive? But let's not drift off to the subject. The subject is
let's stay focused.
When a bad bitch is she's a bad bitch, why? At the end of the day, what it comes to is that a woman just needs a safe place. And I know for me, when I finally gave that safe place and I became submissive, I got walked on. So my experience of being submissive hasn't been the most amazing, but do I say I'm never going to be submissive again? No. But what I am going to do is be cautious on who I'm submissive to, because genuinely, I do want to be submissive. I want a man to lead me. I want a man to nurture me. I want a man to like teach me. I want a man to feed my mind. Feed my mind, pour into me, feed my soul. Because as women, we give so much on a daily basis. When I'm giving out, I need you to give me in. Like, pour into me like a fucking teacup.
Okay. They said you need to go? All right, you gotta come back. You gotta come back, because I got a lot I got so many questions I want to ask you.
Curling me. I want to hear what you got to say.
Didn't he say you gotta go?
No, let's go. Let's go. I'm ready until I walk on the table.
Okay.
I do this in my sleep.
Okay, so real quick, you said women want to be submissive. You want to be submissive.
All women want to be submissive. You just have to place.
But here's the question. Hold on. I heard every word you said. Can you turn it off and turn it on? Can you be submissive?
Yes.
Hear my question.
2 years. I turned it off for 2 years. So much so I had to literally get my when I was in San Diego, Rich was elbowing me like, where's the Mena I know? Like, where's your mojo? Like, this is not the girl I know. Because I turned it all the way off. Right?
Rich, would you agree with that?
Huh?
Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I saw Erica in the last 2 years. I've seen, this is the most vulnerable I've ever seen the Erica that I know. I don't know Erica from childhood. I know Erica for the last 10, 12 years. This is the most vulnerable I've ever seen Erica in the last 2, 3 years. So yeah, I'll agree with that.
Okay, so if you can turn it off and you saying all women want to be submissive, why do women look at that word like it's like it is somehow belittling them or it's taking away from their power?
It's scary. It's
Excuse
scary
me?
because when you're submissive, your heart is right here and you're handing it over. That's submission right here. When you put your heart right here and you hand it over, that's scary. That's scary. I handed my heart, my soul, down to my children. I handed it over. That's pure submission, like for real.
Okay, do is that pure submission for most women? And I see you on the move, but is that pure submission something that you grew into, or had we spoke to Erica 10 years ago, would you have just been moved? Because I heard you and Rich
Oh,
have I
this
don't
is
even
something
know.
that I've always wanted in my life. This is submission I see my mother give to my father.
No, but my question is, you and Rich spoke about your relationship, but 90% of the conversation was about business. It wasn't
Right.
about.
I told him he never gave me a safe place. That's what I was getting to. Everything with Rich was about business, 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 business. And it was like, wait, what about me as a person? Like, I still have dreams. I still, like, you're forcing this contract on me, but did you wonder why I'm not signing this? Maybe I feel, you know what I'm saying? Like, he never took time to tap into who I was as a person and why maybe I wasn't signing it. It was more or less of like, it's not about going against him. It was more or less about, wait, I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel safe. Here you are, like, every chance you get, putting this fucking paperwork in front of me. How am I supposed to feel safe? Do you even see me as a person? Do you recognize my dreams still? Say hi, Kesman.
Hey, I need her to let's go. We gotta go.
All right.
Go ahead.
So
Do your
listen,
grace
at
period.
we gotta do a day where I don't have these people in my face. But I genuinely love what you guys are doing for the women and talking. Hold this then. And talking what needs to be talked about, because I feel like, and I know a lot of people are like, damn, let him talk. Listen, I don't ain't got much time, so I have to say what the fuck I have to say. You know, I'm Erica Mena, so I gotta say what the fuck I gotta say. So it's not like I don't want these fine young black kings to talk, because I need a black king to talk. But this is what it is. At the end of the day, I just want to get my voice out, and that's what it comes down to, is that women have no problem being submissive. We just need a safe place, and we want to know, once we're safe, that we can stay safe. And that is key. That is key. I want to be safe and stay safe, so then I could bust it open for a real ass. You know what I'm saying?
Goodbye.
I love
Later.
ya. I love ya.
Later. Okay. Shout out to Erica Mena. That was interesting.
Erica's crazy. Oh, you got, okay. So now Mariah's in here mad at me. I don't know what the fuck I did, but whatever, bro. I'm not even addressing this shit. I'm not doing this shit. This is what we do every Wednesday. Y'all know what it is. It's the boys club. We have conversations. Erica was in the chat. She wanted to come in. So we wanted to have a conversation. It's just that simple. All the extracurricular shit that's going on in the comments, man, it's not necessary. It's not necessary. And that's that on that.
Okay, I don't know.
Now we can move forward. Like Mariah beefing in the comments, talking that nonsense. Come on, man. Nobody needs that. Nobody wants to hear that. Like, we trying to do a podcast, and we doing what we do. We do this every Wednesday, and we've let hundreds of people in. So we having fun. Like, all right, E, we love you too. Yeah, go ahead. So Shawn, I will say this in regards to the Cam thing, moving forward. I think he could have articulated what he wanted to say a little bit better. I think that he was in a place where he was like, I do think that today's generation of women, and you got to remember, Erica's grown. Like, people grow, and I think it's when you meet these people that this stuff goes on. So the bad bitch is like, that's the competitive nature in women today. I think women are competitive with men today. They want to be bosses. They want to extenuate how much they're bosses, and that leads to competition with men. So when you go into relationships, women are like, yeah, I got my own. I do this. I got my. Cam is a $100 million football player, right? So it's like, why? Where's the competition at here? You don't have to be in competition with me. I'm just trying to find the girl. Like, I want them. I think because he's, deals with, he has a 2-family house and his mother was probably submissive, and this is how he came up. This is more sociological than anything for him. He dealt with a woman, his mother probably was like that. So now he expects it like that. And now in today's woman, it's like, yo, I ain't doing that. And it's like, yo, sometimes women, they don't be quiet. Sometimes they are overbearing. Sometimes they are competitive. That's a fact. That's not a thing, but I think that people misconstrued it and took it out of context. And then the context got messed up, and it kind of messed them up, and it made it what it is now with this whirlwind, because obviously everybody takes sound bites and you know what I mean?
Okay, and first off, again, shout to Erica Mena. Erica squeezed a whole lot in. So Erica, the next time you get back on, we're gonna actually have a conversation, and it's not gonna be a one-way street. But we definitely love you, and we love your energy, and I love the fact that you watch the boys club, you tune into what we're doing. So shout to Erica, and can't wait to have her back on. But Rich, I disagree with you. I don't think Cam said it wrong. I think we live in a very politically correct society. And whenever somebody is bold enough to be direct, is bold enough to speak their truth, then it becomes they're aggressive. They're the problem. I think that man meant every word he said, and he prefaced it the right way. I had the perfect example of what a good man is. My mother and my father have been married for 36 years. That man came home every night. He is a celebrity. He is rich beyond most people's wildest dreams. And he is part of a circle that you speak about. You in particular, every week, speak about how women approach guys that have money and have influence. So he's speaking his truth. But he has a direct comparison as well. I know what real love looks like. I was born into it. So I think that, and we don't have much time because I do want to get to the callers at some point. But I like what he said, and I think that there is a discussion. Maybe we don't have it at this moment. I don't know why the word submit or submission, somehow in most women's head, it means to them that they are powerless or they're giving something away. And that's not what it means. It's just not what it means. And I also want to talk at some point, I like the fact that Erica said all women want to be submissive. But it comes down to that dude. Can he pull that out of me? And maybe the thing is, the right man, women are not meeting that right man who makes them, like she said, over and over and over again, provides that safe place. And yeah, y'all might look at me like, I'm wearing the pants in this household, but I don't even want to do that. I want to be the woman. I want to let you lead. It's just you proving yourself to be incapable of doing so.
Somebody said the magic words, though.
Okay.
You don't just get to reside in a safe place. You have to earn a safe place to reside. Everything in this world is give and take. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean you get to have a safe place. You have to make a man feel comfortable about giving a safe place. This is a two-way street. People don't feel comfortable with giving, and they don't feel like you're giving the same thing. We use this word every week. It's called reciprocation. Reciprocation. So if I'm providing that soft spot, that landing place for you that you so desire, that you are so want to be in, that you can't wait to have, that comfort zone, I have to feel good about you being in that place. You have to show me that you deserve to be in that place. That place doesn't, that's high occupancy. That's big rent. That's the 17th floor. That's overlooking the city. That ain't no slumlord shit. That's some real shit. And the rent is high. So you got to earn that. You can't just say, I'm a woman, I want to feel safe. But does that man feel safe about making you feel safe, or letting you feel safe, or allowing you to feel safe? Does he feel safe? That's my point. That every single week is the same point for me. I don't have a problem with anybody. I have a problem with how you make me feel. How you make me feel is going to be a direct move for how I make you feel. You understand? It has to be a give and take. I can't just open up my heart to you and I don't feel like you're doing the same for me. So now it becomes competitive. Now it becomes a competition. Now it becomes, how much can I get from this nigga before he succumbs to what I want? So now when you guys are going back and forth, that's what the lack of comfort does for people. That's what the lack of comfort does. The lack of comfort now is a competition. And then I don't mean competition who make the most money. I mean a competition, a race. How much can I get from him before I have to adequately give what he needs from me? So now it becomes, oh my God, we're going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Now it becomes that. That's the problem. Every man wants to feel the same way a woman feels, Shawn. And I don't mean that as a woman wants to feel safe. You think a man don't want a woman that makes him feel safe, that makes him, that he know against all odds she gonna be there for him, other than his moms or grandmoms or sister or whatever the case may be, daughter. I'm talking about a woman, your significant other, your 50-50, your better half. That's all I'm saying. And in the big scope of life, it can't be a race. It can't feel like a race to see who's getting what, who can get most from the other person fastest. It can't be that race. And nobody can feel like that. I can't feel like that, and I can't make somebody else feel like that. But the return in that is you can't make me feel like that either. So if I'm going out of my way and I'm bending over backwards and I'm doing all these things that you want in your life to progress and move forward, then I feel like you should do the minimum. Do the minimum. That's all.
Okay, you know, Rich, I know we're the boys club. We speak from a man's point of view, but the more I hear you speak, it's going to sound like I'm speaking against men, what I'm about to say, real talk.
I didn't hear. I need to turn my ear on. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I'm listening to every word you said, and truth be told, Rich, if a man is going to make a woman, you're saying, look, it goes both ways. Women, y'all want a safe landing place, but we got to feel like we have a safe landing place. We got a good and a safe place within you so we can be vulnerable. But again, it comes down to who's leading, right? Who's leading this relationship? And I think, you know, even as I'm Rich, can I just get my thought out? And then you can say whatever you want.
Go ahead.
If a man come to the table and he doing all the right things from the gate, and he is leading by example, not by words, but by example, that's him taking lead and setting the tone. And this is what a relationship looks like. This is what a relationship with me looks like. I don't know who you've been with before me, but with me, You getting accountability. My word means something. So if I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm absolutely going to do it. I am here. I am a constant. I am reliable. That to me is leading. That is leading without words. That's leading with action. Now, if a woman comes into a situation and that man is proving himself to be every bit of a man by definition, and she's still walking around the house like she lift 300-400 pounds in the gym, and she got all this loud mouth, and she don't want to cater, and she don't want to, then it's on her. But I would think that, and I heard every word you said. If a man want a woman to submit, you got to first lead. You got to first put her in a position by your actions and let her know that this is a place that you can be a woman. Because I'm 100% a man. Okay, so go ahead.
We don't disagree on that. We don't disagree on that at all. I 100% agree with you. I 100%, if I'm a man and we start dating and I start doing the things and your priority list is on my refrigerator and the things that you want in life are on my refrigerator and I'm accommodating you. We knocking shit off that list one by one, one by one, one by one. I'm proving that I'm in your corner. I'm proving that these are the things that I am willing to give you the things that you want. So at some point, I'm going to lay down in bed and say, wow, this relationship seems one-sided. Wow, I think I'm the only one giving. Wow, at what point does the reciprocation kick in? So therefore, you start to look and you start to internalize how a relationship is going. And from that point, you say, okay, this can't go on like this. Because not only am I spoiling you, I'm enabling you to just go out here and do what you want to do and be willy-nilly without ramifications. You're not even showing improving. So as much as I'm supposed to show improve, I would expect the same thing in return. And if I feel like I'm not getting those things in return, then I'm going to start to pull back. See, the problem with giving your kids food or cookies or candy before they deserve it is they become entitled and they think that it's theirs without actually doing any work. So now I got to pull the cookies back. But when you pull the cookies back, I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy because I'm pulling the cookies back. But you don't deserve these fucking cookies. So until you show me that you're going to do what you need to do to deserve the cookies, because I'm out here buying the cookies, I'm giving you the cookies. And this is maybe a bad analogy, but you understand where I'm going. We're all adults. We understand what I'm saying. If I'm out here doing my part and doing what I'm supposed to do for you, then I expect that you're going to do the same thing in return for me. And that's all I'm saying. A soft landing spot is a two-way street. You are giving a soft landing spot, but you also want somebody that deserves to reside in that soft landing spot. That shit ain't just to be given out, just to be given out. Like, you don't get to just make the team and play basketball. You got to try out. You got to play. You got to play well. You got to practice. You got to come. You got to show up. You don't just get A's on your report card because you came to class. You got to do the work. You don't just go walk into a dealership and get a car. You got to have good credit. You got to have money. Like, all this shit is a 50-50 street. You don't just earn. You don't just get stuff without it being earned. And at some point, you have to look at the situation and say, I'm giving. I've given you the car. I've taken your bad credit and still giving you the car because I want you to be happy and I want you to have something nice to ride in. But after a while, you're like, well, damn, she don't even value that shit because she didn't work for it. And that's all I'm saying. You have to work for it, and it has to be a reciprocal relationship, or else it feels like the man feels like, yo, I'm giving. And that's what Cam is saying. Cam is like, yo, I don't need that loudmouth chick. I don't need that. I don't need this. Like, I need somebody who's gonna come in here and be who I want them to be what I'm looking for. But at the same time, If you're not that, then that relationship is never gonna work. That's all I'm saying.